Okay, the first Chronicles bored me so much I just want to finish the whole book of Chronicles. Well, what to know about the book of Chronicles from the Bible? From the Bible, you'd expect definitely two books of Chronicles. One from the book of Israel and one book from Judah, because these two books named, but this doesn't happen in the Bible. What is seems a little problemous for me. Now, going to the second Chronicles, and again by page to page. Okay, Solomon is this is also a repetitive book. This just repeats the already known things. So uh, I just have to know, maybe there are some new things, so I just go by page by page. So Solomon is, oh, how clever he is, how rich he is. We build the temple with p equal with 3, although it should be equal with 3.1 at least. Then, okay, again the temple, sacrifices, building cities, then ships, what the Jews never really had, then the Queen of Seba, the country which seems never existed, and the queen's name is never given, what is really a tiring thing. This is inserted in the book because, you just have to name someone who you can compare Solomon to. And when you don't know the name of your neighbor, like the king of the Egyptians, or you never heard about people like the Chinese emperor, you just have to come out with an imaginary character like the Queen of Saba, who can of course be enslaved because she is a woman. So she is definitely a lower level being than the male Solomon. Then the country splits because some Robam, who was the son of the all-knowing Solomon, just listens not on the official professional advisors who under whose suggestions the country flourished, but on his friends from the tavern. Uh, yes, and everyone start worship false idols and start to fight other people and each other, the Jews. Okay, yep. Some other messing with Elisha and Elihu, what is really the same as what we already saw. And there is the two named king, that Uzziah, who has another name for no given reason. What is really bothering, maybe his name was lost, but then the text should confess it. Then, yep, this is also an Easter and some other celebrations and miracles, and yes, some other deaths, some other false idol worshipping. Oh, and there is the renewal of the temple because the priest who just stole the money and no one bothered to renovate the temple. So king goes there and, okay, pals, you no longer get the money from the people directly, but into that little clay pig we will gather the money. Of course, it's not a clay pig, but I didn't bother to look this into in the dictionary, the appropriate word. And yes, it goes a little further because the last lines of it are just a quotation from the beginning of the book of Ezra, where from the Babylonian captivity the Jews are let to go home and be happy as not as a country but as a territory of the Persian Empire, but they got I think a lot of autonomy, so for their feeling this is almost the same, so they are happy with that. But it is really gullible that the book ends in the middle of a sentence.